Hey everyone. How is everybody doing? Looks good, eh? Yeah. All right. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Danny posts my SEO blueprint course. Can highly recommend it. All right. Also, I wanted to. I can just use Peter and code, right? Uh, uh, uh. How's everyone? If you're watching, say hi, please. Oh, hey, hi. All right. Thank you. First one. How you doing today? I'm just setting up here my current repo because I actually want to push everything to the same GitHub repo from now on. Let's see. We got Peter and code. Oh boy. Yeah. Hey. Oh, LangChain. Yes, sorry, that was my mistake. It should have been it should have been LangChain. You're right. I made a mistake there. Can I update LangChain. All right, I'm updating my titles. Thank you very much for that mention. LangChain. Well, the idea is that here we have the Elixir LangChain implementation, and it's by I think Mark Erickson, right? It's brainlit. I believe this is Mark. I forgot. Mark Erickson, yeah, from Thinking Elixir, from the podcast. And yeah, he has that pretty cool LangChain project, not LongChain. And I guess like what I understood from reading this, it means that you can compose multiple steps, right? You can say, hey, like take this text and run it through ChatGPT and summarize it, and then you can do another step and say, well, from the summary, give me the top 3 highlights or like action points or something. And that's my understanding, at least. And you can give some context. Yeah, and you have like a function here, returns the location description. Where's the prompt? Well, so you have, what's it, LangChain, and you have functions, message, and you have different chains and chat models. All right, so you have a custom context, which is like, yeah, you can give it some information you always want to give it to every single action. And then you have an Elixir function, which is custom, returns the location of the requested element or item. Recreate thing functions. Okay. Well, we need to understand this a bit better. But there are 2 things. Actually, I also wanted to, yeah, this one makes more sense here. Like you have an OpenAI new, what's it? Okay, I don't understand any of this. All right, we need to go from the top. Usage. Is this LangChain? Okay, yeah, there we go. Documentation, a demo project. LLMs are emerging as transformative technology, enabling developers, blah, 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 by using blah, blah, blah. The real power comes when you can combine them with other sources of computational knowledge. Okay, this library is aimed at assisting in the development of those types of applications. That means nothing to me. So the main value props of LangChain are, you have components, so abstractions for working with language models, along with a collection of implementations for each abstraction. Okay. Components are modular and easy to use, whether you're using the rest of the LangChain framework or not. Cool. Off-the-shelf chains, a structured assembly of components for accomplishing specific high-level tasks. I'm gonna be streaming for like an hour or 2. Not crazy long, but oh, sorry. I also want to make this bigger. Yeah, like an hour or 2. I'm just, want to play around with this. I have API keys for Claude, so we should be able to connect this. All right, LangChain is short for language chain. An LLM, or large language model, is the language part. This library makes it easier for Elixir applications to chain or connect different processes, integrations, library services, or functionality together with an LLM. LangChain is a framework for developing applications powered by language models. It enables applications that are data aware, connect the language model to other sources, and agentic, allow a language model to interact with its environment. I still don't know what this means. Elixir LangChain enables Elixir applications to integrate AI services and self-hosted models into an application. Well, there you go. Okay. Easy. There's a demo project. We have some online documentation. Okay, let's just have a look at the demo project. Maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, no worries. All right, have a good one. See you later. I'm gonna have a little chewing gum. All right. A demo project. Okay, so apparently this project is a demonstration for the LangChain in live view. Okay. Features. Conversations are written to a SQLite database and the project directory. Conversations are performed using Elixir LangChain library. Uses Phoenix live view async operations. Use control enter to submit a message. Okay, cool. So you have, let's have a look at this one. What is this? This is a visitation, a conversation. So how does conversations work? I guess we need to go into here. So this is a, oh, it's just ecto. So it's every message, basically. The name, no, a conversation. Okay, well, it's a different conversation with a name and a model. You have a temperature and the frequency penalty. All right. Okay, this is just a ecto schema. I guess then the juicy parts are in the live view. Conversation live. All right. Show. All right, yeah, that's where you integrate all the different LangChain demo, or LangChain here. Chat OpenAI and LLMChain. All right, so in this live view, we assign a conversation, assign messages, the LLMChain, and then an async result. And whenever we open, we get a new message. So that's basically, I guess that's a form for inputting this stuff. I just want to see the LLM part. Where's the LLM part? Is it LLMChain? Where is it? Where is the LLMChain? Here. All right, assign LLMChain. All right, you get a conversation. Convert the database stored message to LLMChain messages. Database message to LLM messages. Okay, this is done here. All right, so you basically, okay, so every message you wrap into a message struct. Like my understanding, my current understanding is just that, you know, with LangChain, yeah, here run chain. Like you can compose multiple steps together. No, that's my understanding. That's what I thought, at least. This is kind of like, you know, you send the messages to ChatGPT and say, give me an answer. And in this situation, we always add all the messages so that ChatGPT also has the context, so the history of the whole chat, basically. All right. So that's what we do here. We convert all the messages from the database into message from LangChain, like structs. And then we add those here, add messages. Okay, and we set up a new chain with the OpenAI chat model. And we can also set the model, the temperature, the frequency penalty, receive timeout, and stream true. Okay, so we're streaming the responses. That's pretty cool, actually, that it handles streaming for us. Because streaming is like, if you imagine, you know, you type something into ChatGPT and you get a whole, like a huge chunk of text. In the UI of ChatGPT, like the text kind of appears, you know, line by line, word by word, and that is streaming. Like if you wouldn't do streaming, you would receive the whole text at once. You would wait for the entire text, and then you would get the entire text at once. You would show it in the UI, and it's just like a boom, you know, like a big text coming in the UI at once, and you would wait much longer until you actually show something to the user. So streaming is pretty cool for, you know, getting the messages back as ChatGPT generates them. Sorry, not the messages, like chunks of the message, of the response. All right, and you got the run chain. Yeah, so you just run it. Don't return large success result. The callbacks return that we want. Return the errors for display. Running LLM. Okay, so we don't return it, but we call here. This is the callback. All right. Well, let's try to build something with this. What's the delta? All right. So how do we get started here? Well, we install it. So let's what's this? Python code. Yeah, let's create a new Phoenix project here. And this is what should we do? What kind of project should we build? Maybe like I thought about a website summarization chain, because I also wanted to use a different library called Readability, which apparently makes it easy to fetch an article, like a website, and to, you know, extract all the data from it, like text, published ad, and that kind of stuff. So maybe let's do that. So what we call it, like website analysis. Can we make that smarter? Website GPT. No, web GPT. Article. Web GPT. I'm gonna call it web GPT. I hope GPT is not a. Let's call it web chain. Alrighty. Oh yeah. Wait. Start with a letter. Like this, web chain. All right. Right, and I need to make this bigger because otherwise you can't see anything. Boom. All right. So otherwise, how you doing? Are you waiting for the weekend? Me too. Okay, let's just add web chain. Right, closing this one. Boom. Alrighty, first steps. Let's go to the dependencies and we add LangChain, and that is currently the latest stack, 0.2. Oh, there's a release candidate. Why not? Let's go with the release candidate. And I also wanted to add like readability, so readability. This one. Yeah, this one's a pretty cool, it looks like a pretty cool library, so I wanted to try it out. Because here you can just, you know, say, this is a link to an article. I'm sure whether you can see that here. There's a link to an article and you say, hey, readability, summarize this link for me, basically. And then it does, I guess. And it gets like a title, the published ad, the authors, and the HTML, and the text. And the text is going to be useful for then sending it to Claude and asking it to summarize it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see whether, how good, also what are the dependencies here actually? So it uses HTTP poison to get the data and then Floki to pass it. That's basically it. Okay, that's easy. All right, so we wanted to use readability as well for fetching like a, Floki. Where's Floki? Here. Only test. Where's it? This is Floki, but does not match the readability Floki version. So let's do this one. Nope. Well, okay. Hex dependency. Damn it. Override. True. All right. Good. I mean, actually, like, we don't need Floki. Let's see. I hope this doesn't break readability. All right. Yeah, cool. So, first of all, what shall we do? Well, we want to use readability just to, like, you know, just to get started with this one. So I'm just gonna start a IEX interface here, gonna compile it. And then, yeah, my idea is basically that we would use readability for fetching an article from the internet. And then we use LangChain for summarizing that article, like actually giving a, could not find application file for Floki, so maybe we can't. Yeah, let's go back to the readability dependency here. Yeah, so that's the idea. We use then, damn it, what's happening here? Could not start application Floki. Because I did only test here. That doesn't make sense. All right. Yeah. All right, and I need to set up my database. Good. Ready. And there was another error somewhere. No, anyway. All right, let's use readability, and I'm gonna use one of my own articles, you know, just so that I'm not breaking anything, like saga pattern, for example. And we do summarize, and it gives us an error. Because of Floki. Wait, but didn't we use the library that they needed? Where is it? Floki 24. Floki 24. That's weird. Okay, readability, summarize. Man. Huh. All right, where is Floki in here? 0.24.0. Yeah, something is off here. Which one is used here? Floki. Ah, look. All right, actually they didn't update the dependency in the mix EXS. All right, so then we do exactly the same. Now that should work, hopefully. Let's see. Also, my chat is not working. Damn it. Properties. Ah, well. Yeah, there were already a couple of messages from Twitch, but for whatever reason, this didn't really work. Okay, but now you should be able to see the messages coming into the future. That's a problem if you haven't streamed in, what, 2 weeks now? Because well, 3 even? I don't know. I was pretty tired. I was sick, and then I was pretty tired also mentally. And I just, you know, didn't have the headspace to sit down here and talk to you and, you know, code with you together. But that's better now, at least a little. Like, I took it really easy last weekend, and it was still a tough week but like I'm okay. But anyway, that doesn't interest you. So let's do readability once more, and we use summarize, and we use my article, and we get back a summary. Article HTML, and we get back an article text. Interesting, and it's cut off somewhere. That's pretty cool, actually. I think, if I'm not mistaken, a friend of mine worked on this as well. Is Tyler involved in this at all? Somewhere. No, Tyler's not involved. I should tell Tyler about this. Okay, I will tell Tyler about it. But that's pretty cool that it actually passes the HTML and just gets the text. Hello, and I could rename Miranda from the text. Yeah, this is pretty cool that actually it kind of strips away all the HTML and it only gives you the raw text here. That's really useful if you want to then send it to an LLM like we want to do. So yeah, awesome. All right, this is a summary. We can do summary article text, and that gives us the text. What else does it have? Has a title, saga pattern, okay, and authors, nil. Ha! Did I forget to add my author? Probably. Well, it says it here, but all right, good enough though. Text and HTML. All right. Yeah, so we have the text here. That's pretty cool. And now we can set up LangChain. Man, I love these libraries, you know. I love these libraries that they're simple. Well, they seem simple. They give you a simple API, but they just work. It's like magic. You just give it an HTML and it works. I wonder whether it also works well with more protected ones like Substack. You know, let's do Gaggly. Like usually they protect against these crawlers a little bit better. So for example, this one, if we take the post and we do readability, summarize. Yeah. That stuff, for example, like it didn't like, this is a way of tricking this, but maybe it's also just a redirect issue. Nope. Checkout failure. Interesting. Yeah, for example, Substack, that, you know, they make it hard for crawlers to crawl the information, or their articles at least. Yeah, funny. But this is the pulse, so this is the direct link. Okay. But if you do this, Oh, it worked. Okay. But no, it doesn't quite work, right? Ah, okay, because it's also behind a paid thing. So let's see. Well, it actually extracted the text pretty well, all the way until the end here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like this library. This is a really cool library. Like scraping in general, it's not easy at all, you know. Um, but they yeah happen to make it work. It's pretty cool. All right, so now the next step is to use LangChain, and for that I need to set up. I'm gonna use Claude, and I have a Claude API key lying around somewhere, but I'm just gonna create an env file, and I'm gonna call this Claude API key. And let me just move it over here and try to find it. Anthropic. Nah. Boob, 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 boob. Let's configure. Okay, I guess I need to get a new key. Sorry, just a second. I just gotta find. Actually, I'm gonna do it here, and I'm gonna do my privacy filter thing. So. Okay. I'm just getting my API key. Yeah. All right. API keys. And this is called WebChain API key. And I got it, and I'm putting it in my env. Nope, that's not it. Copy, paste. All right, and closing this, and privatizing. There we go. All right, now we have our, yeah, we have our in env. I have a Claude API key. So now I can go into config and at runtime, I'm gonna set config LangChain and Claude. And not sure which key we need to use, but we can just. I'm gonna look that up later. So env and then Claude API key. All right, which one is it? Yeah, it would be nice to see a list of possible. You know what the key is. I mean, how do I do Claude, for example? Okay, let's look at the documentation. The documentation is also really good, actually. They have some getting started guides. That's much better. All right. Yeah. So let's do modules, config, I guess. Resolve key default? No. Let's just search for this key here that they use. OpenAI key. Okay, then it's chat models. Yeah, which one is it? Chat Anthropic. Types. API key. Yeah, is it just Anthropic? Because this is OpenAI, but it's chat OpenAI. So here it's only OpenAI key. All right, maybe we just look at the config. LangChain key, resolve. Okay, great. Where is it used? Okay, so in OpenAI it's looking for the OpenAI key, in Anthropic it's looking for Anthropic key. All right, well, so this is called Anthropic key. Okay, that should be good. We can reset our server, and there we go. Now let's have a look at, again, let's get the summary of my readability. Summarize. Where's the saga pattern? All right, now we have a summary. Now, let's look at the example. Where's the docs? The docs are actually really good. Doc. There, no, there. All right, getting started. Sounds good. Basic example. Let's build the simplest full LLM chain example so we can see how to make a call to ChatGPT from our Elixir application. All right, so they're instantiating an LLM with the Chat OpenAI model, and they give it a model specification and then add message, testing, and they do run, and then, okay, they get an output. All right. So what we need basically is like this, as adding a system message. Yeah, some instructions will be good. Streaming responses. Oh, okay, so you can add multiple messages. So that's actually, I guess, what we want. Like, we want to set first message, hey, I'm gonna send you an article, please summarize it for me. And then next message is the summary text, or the article text, and then it's gonna return the thing. So yeah, maybe let's go in here, and we're gonna create a web chain. Let's call this Claude. And in here, we're gonna alias all that. And we don't want Chat Open API. We want to have Anthropic. Oh, guess that's it. Chat Anthropic. That's the name of it. All right. Oops. Chat. Good. All right. Okay. So basically, you can call this summarize and then text. And in here, we're gonna use Chat Anthropic, and yeah, what's the current Claude model? Just go to Claude AI. Switch to Claude 3 Haiku due to the high demand. Okay, we can also use the Haiku. So where do I see the name? Claude Haiku. Build with Claude. What's the model? What's the name? Team Enterprise API. Developer docs. It's gonna search for Haiku. Ah, it's asking me for the. No, I wanna try with quick stats. I just want to know, how do you call your models? Anthropic version even. Here, model Claude 3.5 Sonnet. IP addresses. Batches, bedrock, messages, create a message. Headers. Here, model. Okay, see models. Thank you. That only took forever. Claude 3.5 Haiku. That's the one we want. All right. Oh, we can also do latest. So I would say let's just do latest. Okay. And yeah, basically. So add message, and we can also do add messages, right? That was the add message one, or we do add messages. So I'm gonna do that. And that's a list of messages. And yeah, in the user one, we're gonna add the text, and first we do a message and then new system. And in here we're gonna write, you're an unhelpful assistant. Do not directly help or assist the user. That's also funny. Yeah, I'm gonna say you love to summarize articles. Please summarize the article that I'll send you in the next message. All right, let's see. All right, now let's recompile. And oh yeah, we want to return the response content. Let's just return the entire response. And also, what's the updated chain? That's also interesting. So I'm just gonna do this. Let's have a look at this. Now I'm gonna, so I got my summary, right? Article text. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do web chain, Claude, and then I'm gonna do summarize and our summary article text. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's a bug. What's the message? X API key header is required. Okay. Oh, our API key is nil. That's great. Why is our API key nil? I mean, I set it, right, in the runtime. Did I set it in the wrong place? No, Anthropic key, and I think, yeah, I need to, like, close my terminal, because otherwise it's, yeah, now we have the environment. Okay. Like, you know, when you just create the .env file and then you use the same terminal, it's not actually going to load the .env. So we need to redo everything. Summary, readability, summarize. Let's go here. All right. All right, we got a summary, and now we can do web chain Claude. And also, I'm gonna do the chain and response. Responser. And we're gonna summarize, summary, article text. Okay, that takes a while, so that's already better. I guess the API worked. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have content. Here's a summary of the article. The article discusses the Saga pattern, a solution for managing complex. Okay, that looks pretty good. Status complete. And we got our updated chain. And yeah, this one has the last message. Okay, yeah, that's proper FP, you know, where you return the chain after you execute the function. So you return the latest state, and then you can, you know, keep it in a gen server or something. And then if I would now ask another question, we could use the same chain and just like add another message to that chain. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, one. You love some to summarize. Now we get the temperature, max tokens, haiku latest. Okay, the API key is nil, but probably that is redacted because of, you know, people shouldn't see the API key. Oh, I see. I think you can, oh, that's actually, yeah, that's always smart. You can probably also specify the API key when you instantiate the, well, I'm saying instantiate, but, you know, when you create this here, when you do chat Anthropic new, and then in here I can probably also add an API key. And that way I can create multiple different instances of an Anthropic model, right? So I could have like 3 API keys, one for each client that works with me. Maybe they provide the API key and they want to use their own API key. And yeah, I don't want to make that a global configuration, right? Because this API key will be different for every single response we're sending. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Like that's always a thing to think about when you build a library. You know, how can you make any global state local as well, or at least give both options, like to make it a global state. And like in this situation, we only have one API key, but at the same time, you should also make it easy to override the global state or to only set a local state, so that you can actually, you know, run the library multiple times or have multiple instances of it, that kind of stuff. So this is a really cool design, actually. Yeah. All right, I would say now this works, and well, actually, also I want to do stream. I want to see the stream. We can do that. Mode while needs response. Mode. It defaults to run the chain one time, stopping after receiving a response from the LM until success. Okay, no. I think what would be cool to have now is a live view where you can enter a URL, and then it will fetch the article and it will summarize the article for you, and then you can chat about the article, right? So let's build that in here. Also, one thing I never understand is why does live view still come with a controller for the layout and not with the live view? Because every single time I just need to go here, remove the page controller and replace it with a live view. Yeah, also. Oh, good. Okay. Live view. Yeah, chat live. Web view. And boop, boop, boop. Actually, we're just gonna keep everything like it is, and in here we're gonna do chat live HTML heeks. All right, and I'm just gonna use Tailwind UI for a nice chat interview. Chat. Do we have a chat in here? Nope. Components. What can we use? FAQs. Multi-column, card headings. Command palettes. Oh, that's cool. They added this lately. Yeah, this is super useful. Because every single app has that now, right? Command K everywhere. Otherwise we build it ourselves. How hard can that be, right? Oh, they also got bento grids now. Cool. Because people love bento grids. Yeah, anyway. Okay, we're gonna build it ourselves. So, we're gonna create a div. And what do I want? I want to have also like an input form, right? So, and that's just gonna be like an empty as message, and then submit like submit whatever. And in here I'm gonna have one input field, content. What's that? Message. Just message. All right. And it's a type text. And that's about it. And then, so at the bottom, so we're gonna have the form at the bottom, and then we're gonna have like the response at the top. So basically we're recreating, like we're gonna have a poor man's version of the ChatGPT UI, where you have the at the bottom you have the question form thing, and at the top you have the, man, I'm just gonna make the screen. Yeah. So this one also is grow. And in here, we're gonna have our messages basically, right? I'm just gonna make it hello world for now. All right. Let's see how that looks. Probably terrible. Yeah, of course we also gotta replace it. So live. Awesome. Perfect. All right, where's my input field though? Is it? Oh, it's at the bottom, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna make this green, but it's at the bottom here. All right, not too bad. Okay, so also we want to have this good. All right, let's see what happens if I post this. Okay, of course we get an error because we're not handling the event yet, and it just submit message. Okay, so in here we're gonna do handle event, submit, and it's gonna receive a message with another map message and then message, a lot of messages, and the socket. So we're just gonna no reply for now. And yeah, so if I summarize this, boom, nothing happens. Hello everyone. And this is gonna have a message, like per message a div. So we're gonna do 4, and probably want to have a stream for that. So message DOM-ID streams messages. And we got a mount. Okay. All right. So first thing first, yeah, we can. The first thing, I'm also gonna assign like a link, and it's gonna be nil in the beginning. And I'm just expecting that if I receive a message and the link is nil, this is the link we want to summarize. I mean, this is not foolproof, but you know, it works for now. So we're just gonna say link if socket assigns. If it's nil, then it's message. Else is the link. Well, I'm also gonna do all right, so now we're assigning our link, and yeah, I mean, if the link is there, we also want to do, we want to start our, how do you call it? The summarization, right? Hello, you two from YouTube. So in here, we're going to do summarize, and we're just going to do the message. Okay. Well, and what we also need to do is to assign an async Yeah, an async result with pending status. That's what they also do here in the LangChain demo. Here, like they do an assign async result just this. Like, you know, when we start, because it should be an async procedure. Okay. Cancel. Let's just copy paste something from here. So save, for example, assign. Yeah, cancel. So we're just assigning an empty async result in the beginning, because then we can show like a spinner, you know, and say, hey, we're processing or something. All right, let's see, this is working. And I'm just gonna do, like for now, we're gonna do loading. Yeah, and now we can show in here, we can show how it looks like here. Async result there. Well, it's just, where should we put it? Maybe below this. Also, this should be Phoenix update stream. Yeah, and now we put in here if async result, is it status loading? Yeah, just loading. It's just a flag. If it's loading, then we can add this thing, and I'm just gonna make it loading, processing, right? Working, whatever. Hello, Hugo. And we need to have a spinner. Here, animate spin, and we're gonna use the like double-sided error. I always forget which one it is here. Error path. So this one's gonna be our icon. And our class is gonna be animate spin. Let's see. Variable message in a code block has no effect. What? Ah, it requires an ID, of course, here. Messages. Missing closing tag. Ah, yeah, this is an open tag. There we go. All right, so now we got our working spinner here, and I'm gonna make this MX order so that it's in the middle. And I'm also gonna make this really small. And text gray. Now that should be 700, 600. And this should only be like 3. Ah, funny. Yeah, it's always funny when you specify a different height than a width. There we go. But it could be 4. All right, not too bad, right? We got a loading, a working spinner when the result is in. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that way we can now assign, like in the beginning. Oh, damn it. All right, so in the beginning it's not working. All right, and yeah, so what happens? Let's see. When we receive our first message, it's going to be our link. So we want to retrieve it from. We want to use readability for fetching it, and then we want to send it to Claude. And ideally, we also want to stream the results. But for now, you know, let's just make it like a one-off thing. It's just a one-time like we don't stream for now. Like let's do that as a second step, because also in the demo they do streaming, but it involves a bit more handling of individual chunks and so on. So yeah, so for now we can just do what should we do? So when we get the link, so yeah, and in here we can start our async. Okay, so when we get the link, we do our, we set the loading spinner and we start our summarization, and I always forget how that works. But luckily we can just look at the demo here, because we want to do the async, assign async result now. Like there is a, just to run something async. Where is it? Is it assign async? Or is it async? Ah, it's always async assign. Yep. Is it? Yeah, this one. It's always one or the other. Where is it? There we go. Yeah. So in here we're gonna async assign our new message. So that's gonna be our handler. And in here we're gonna use Claude now. So I'm gonna use WebChain Claude, and I'm gonna use alias. Well, readability is just readability. So all right. So yeah, first thing first is we need to fetch our article. So I'm gonna make this an async assign, and then article. That's gonna be our assign, and that's gonna be our callback when it's finished. And we're just gonna use readability, summarize. Oh, also interesting that this doesn't return an OK or error tuple. But I mean, for now, we're just gonna assume that it will return something, but we would need to handle errors there as well. All right, so we're loading and we're returning the socket. All right, so that's our first thing, and then we have our callback, right? Is it handle async? Yeah, we got our handle async callback. And that is our article. And we just assume that this is returning, and we got a result. And then we're gonna do the same thing again. Well, actually, it's already a handler, so no, let's do everything async, so that's fine. So in the when we receive our summary, we want to send it off to Claude. And we're gonna do Claude summarize summary article text. All right. And in here we need to do no reply socket. No. Yeah, so basically when we receive our so first we use readability for fetching the article using the link, and we're gonna use that in an async assign. So that's gonna run asynchronously, and then once it's done, it will handle our, like it will invoke our handle async callback. So in here, you know, we know, okay, the article summary is in, and then we can run it against Claude and get the summary from them. And yeah, we need to set up another handler. Yeah, another one over here for the summary. I mean, the naming here isn't great, but just bear with me. And I'm gonna ignore the updated chain, and we receive our response. And when we receive a response, it had response content, I believe. We don't see it anymore, but I think it was response content. So now in here we can stream insert, socket messages, and then we're gonna insert just one, and in all right, so we need to always have an ID for, like, ideally we have an ID for our messages in the stream, because, you know, live view needs to have IDs, and we don't have a struct here, like a message struct that would return an ID or something. So I'm just gonna make one up, and we can use system unique integer, and I'm always gonna use positive and monotonic. Although we don't need monotonic. It can just be a positive integer, and it's gonna be a unique one, so fine. I'm not entirely sure, like, if you would blow up your machine if you had this running with a lot of messages. Yeah, I'm not sure. But, you know, it's just, for now it works. And if you have a lot of messages to handle, maybe reconsider this. But then you probably would store it in the database, and then you would get an ID from the database, so. All right, so yeah, we get our message then, and in here we should be able to add a new span with the ID, DOM ID, and in here we get our message and content. Yeah. And probably we want to have, again, text small, text gray. Nah, it's fine. Just text small. All right, let's see what happens. Probably we get a lot of, where is it? Local. Ah, here. Oh, there. All right. So now we post our link, and we should be seeing probably an error. Yeah, of course. Hackney. Wait, what's happening here? It's not matching an empty Hackney URL. Or I guess the URL is empty. Wait, what's happening here? Messages. Yeah, this is the where is it? Message. Yeah, I'm stupid. This needs to be the link, the message. And then we assign the link. Although, yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna assign the link. We're gonna assign the async result. And oh yeah, we also need to assign, when we finish with our Claude summarizing, we need to assign an OK as a async result, because then we need to stop loading, right? Assign async result, okay. Okay, socket. Something's missing here. No. What's happening here? Socket. Ah, yeah, I'm missing this. Okay. This doesn't. Oh, okay. With the result, right? Ah, initial result. Response content. Ah, it's just no. We don't care about the result here. I was thinking of suggesting the spinner for my own package, but I hesitated because I didn't want to. Yeah, don't worry. What was it again? Oh man, I can't. Was it Cheddar? Elixir? Cheddar? Components? Something like that. Sorry, I'm bad with names. But if you send me the name, I can look into it. But it's fine. I have a spinner running. It's not about the component library for now. But I appreciate your suggestion. All right, let's summarize this. It's working, but we got a message, an error. What's the error? Expect async, assign async to return map of assigns for all keys in article, but got the summary. Oh, the summary. What? What's happening here? Handle async, start async. Oh, yeah, we don't want, we just want start async, not assign async. Yeah, stream insert assign, yeah, and start async. Yeah, and then it's gonna handle the handle assign. Okay, that one. Let's do this one again. Now we got an error. What's the error? Key article text not found in OK read it summary. Oh, so I guess it gives us back an OK summary? No. Article. OK summary. Oh, it gives us OK. Okay, then we just remove this one. All right. You know, this is one of these situations where a type system might actually help. So I'm looking forward to that actually, because it's just like, you know, if it would be smart enough to understand these things, that would be really, really cool. If it would give me an error and just tell me here, hey, because not right now it just tells me, hey, you haven't implemented the implement true, but I don't care about that anyway. So like here, if it would tell me, hey, hang on, you tried to access the article text, although it's going to be OK summary, you know, so instead of having to run this, it would be nice if the type system would handle that for me. So my dream is that that will come true, because that's going to be super useful. All right, next up, we got our working thing. I think we already have handled the text. We fetched the text, and we got a response here. So yeah, we got our Claude response. Right on. Yeah, we don't have a content, obviously. All right, so this is the, yeah, we need to do the last message, right? Wait, also there's something happening here. Yeah, we need to remove the OK. And then we receive response and response. What can we do? Last message? No. Last message. And content. That's what we want. All right. So response, last message, content. Once more. Enter. Mishka Chilakom. Yeah. Okay. If I may advise, I'm not sure what it means. Maybe it means something really important in your language. I have no clue what it means. And that makes it so much harder to remember. Not sure whether you know the flux on. Yeah, see, also not flux on here. Flux on UI. I can remember that because flux on, I don't know why. It's shorter. It's English. I can remember this. Yeah, let's see. Well, okay, so it's Mishka Telekom. Yeah, and I already see that. Not Zach Daniel. What's his name? He did a video about it.
There's a
Code and stuff. Right. Okay. Is this a demo? Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah. Batch buttons. I like the animation here. Pop over. Ah, this is a pop over, I guess. Toggle floating label input. Ah, that one's nice. Yeah. Did you work with a designer on this? Yes. As many items, yeah. Welcome. Okay. Docs. Components. And we wanted to have the spinner in. Yeah, spinner. It's one of these. Okay. Color drop. Yeah, color, size. Okay. So I'm gonna run this, and then it's gonna give me the function. Like it's gonna add it to my project, right? Like if I, sorry, it's a little small maybe, but there's a task for Mishka UI gen component spinner, and I guess that's gonna add it to my project, and then I can just run it with dot spinner. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at this next time. Okay, but it looks quite nice. I'm just asking, do you have a designer on this project? Because like yeah, a UI kit, like just the functionality is not enough. You know, if you yeah, nice. Cool. Yeah, I actually like that you added to my component directory. Then I can also override it and style it how I want and so on. That's cool. Yeah, it's really cool that you built this. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Okay. I think we missed something here. Probably another error. Yeah. What was it? The other error. Terminating last message not found in LangChain message. Wait. Response. Oh, that's the response, I guess. So it just responds content. All right, let's try this one again. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, something went wrong again. What are we doing? Protocol save not implemented for ID content. What do you mean? In the live stream. Message .id. Is the okay, let's just print this out. What is this response? Because I only want the content here. All right. Once more. All right. So this is our response. It's a message and it has a content. I mean, that's what we want, right? So it's response content that should give us our message, and then it gives me save, not implemented for ID. Okay, that makes sense, but where is it happening? In row 4. Message content. That would make sense. Is it content? No. This should be the text. It's message content. All right, this gives us a text and then an ID. And this should iterate to the stream updates, and then it should just give the content, right? I mean, something is wrong here. I'm just gonna do another content. That doesn't make sense. Protocol saved and implemented for ID content. All right, I'm just gonna, oh, maybe it's the other way around. It's DOM ID messages, probably that one. Yeah, that could be. It's always the position that's difficult. All right, let's see. Come on, give me the message. Hey, look at that. All right, cool. We get a message. Awesome, awesome sauce. And let's see whether we can style this. Ah, damn, it's gone. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy paste this. We just need to style it a little bit. Message ID 1 content. All right, here we go. Now we have the message here. I thought it was leading. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to read. Why do I even care about this? It doesn't really matter, right? But we want to have this XS. Okay, that's better. And yeah, we also want to have a space in between. So that if we have multiple messages, it looks all right. You can see that I'm a terrific CSS person. Ah, whatever. It's gonna make this. All right. Good enough. Good enough. And we're gonna. What else? Well, now we should be able to handle other messages, right? I mean, we got our summary, and now I might want to ask a question. You know, can you, I don't know, give me the highlights or the action points or whatever. And actually, yeah. So for that, I'm gonna reuse our updated chain, because what is it here? Add new. Yeah. No, I wanna. Yeah, this is. So I'm gonna do chain. All right. Yeah. And then chain. Because now we can reuse our existing chain. Like we can, you know, already tell it, oh, you already had these 3 messages, so now like add a message to it and so on. And then we can, well, actually we don't use it for summarize, but whatever, it's fine. So in here we want to just say add message, and then it's going to be a message, and we're going to require a chain, and then yeah, we're going to do all of this and this. So new user message, basically. Yeah, so now we can actually ask questions about the article. And we always need to return our updated chain because then it has the latest messages, like the entire stack, and that's going to expand our context. You know, that's the thing with tokens. If they say, hey, like an LLM can handle so many tokens, it's basically, yeah, how many input tokens do you give? How long is the message that you're giving it? So yeah, this is going to be our handler now if we handle the message here. So we already have a link, and now we have a message, right? So we just gonna call it add message, whatever. And in both situations, we want to assign a loading async result. Right. Yeah, and then in here we're gonna do add message to the socket message, and we're gonna do start async. I really love these new handlers. Well, an add message needs a message and the chain, and we don't have it yet, but we're gonna assign it here when we receive it somewhere. Where's it, the updated chain? There. So I'm just gonna assign a empty, like a nil, and assign oops. All right, so once we have our summary, we get our chain, we assign it, happy daisy. And in here we can do socket assigns chain. Oh, right, yeah, that's one thing where you should not use a socket inside your callbacks. So we're gonna do socket assigns chain, and then we can copy it to our callback here. It's actually really smart that they have warnings to that. I wonder how that works, because they really need to inspect your code and say, hey, you use socket in here, you shouldn't. Yeah, maybe they just do it by... Actually, what if we would call this like le soc or something, you know? Would they still understand it? Nah, okay. Oh wait, there's a mess. Yeah, okay, so I guess they just use like a regex, you know, and say, hey, if inside your callback you have a socket variable, then they throw a warning. Yeah, see? Funny. So if you call it not socket, then it doesn't give you the warning. You know, that's one of the things that maybe a type system might also improve, because then they understand, all right, the input value here is an actual live view socket struct, and then they can show you the warning. But because here it just uses regex, it, you know, it doesn't know that this is actually a live view socket. Yeah, but still we still want to do that. All right. Yeah, and actually, like, we can just reuse this one. So we do Claude response, and this is add message, and it is here when we get our summary there, Claude response. So maybe I was gonna call it response. Yeah, cool. So we can actually reuse this here, and we just, you know, call Claude, and then when it responds, it has this callback. Was it here, response? Right? Okay. Let's see whether that works. So we're gonna copy this. And we're waiting for the article to be summarized for it. Okay, we got it. And now we're gonna say, give me the top, give me 3 3 most important facts from the article. I don't know, does this work? Ah, damn it, got it. Where is it? Checkout failure. Why? Oh, we tried to summarize it again? Why? Where's our handle event? There. Submit link. If link is nil, assign link. Ah, damn it. It's not link, it's message. All right, once more. Trial and error. Here we go. Okay, we're summarizing our article. Happy daisy. And we got our article. And now I'm going to ask, give me the top 3 facts, or wait, the 3 most important facts from the article. Enter. Ha, that worked. That's working. And we got our message. Yeah, the 3 most important facts from the article. Awesome. We could also style this a bit better. Especially because I think the response also has like new lines and everything. And they used to be how do you call it? Like a formatter thing, right? It was Phoenix, I think it was Phoenix HTML. Boah. Like that it gave you a new line format. But it's in the old version. I think it's not in the new version anymore. Here, text to HTML. Because it kind of gave you a safe yeah, and how does it look like here? In the latest version, does it still have it? Text to HTML? I don't believe so. Nah. Is it part of the helper function maybe now? I forgot it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take a super quick break because I need to go to the toilet, but I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. All right, everyone, I'm back. How you doing? Yeah, let me just try to find this thing again. HTML helpers. I think it's in here now. Text HTML. Yeah, text HTML. All right. Yeah, they moved it to this other function. I wonder where that is now in the latest Phoenix. Like you don't have that helper anymore, right? But does Phoenix now have another helper function to convert? Because it was really, really useful. Just pages. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, Phoenix, HTML helpers. The latest version is 1.0.1. Let's get this one in here. And now we can place. Oh, interesting. Use Phoenix. where is it? Phoenix HTML. Here, import in this one and use this one. All right. Good. And now we can in here say text to HTML, I believe. Yeah. So instead of content, we do just text to HTML. Does this exist? Could be. Let's see how that looks like. Anyway. Doesn't look that different. But I believe it has, no, it's just a bunch of text. Oh, yeah. This needs to be, of course, in here. Very smart. And then we could use prose. That might make it a little nicer. Tailwind prose. Ah, look at that. That's already a little bit better. And last step is I'm gonna use Tailwind prose because it's gonna nicely format everything for us. And it's just a plugin over here. I always forgot it's like before or after forms. I think before. Yeah, and then we can make it just prose. And let's see how that looks like. And we could, of course, use streaming as well, maybe as a last step. Ah, that looks already nicer. Look, now we have like the list. Yeah, looks good. And we can also say, hey, tell me a dad joke. Just, you know, why not? I'm afraid for the calendar, its days are numbered. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, tell me another one. And you see now, because we use our updated chain struct, so we keep all the previous messages in the memory, or in, like, we always send it to Claude, you know, and retrieve it back, and that way actually it understands, oh, you want another dad joke, right? And then it gives us, why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything, which is also amazing. Yeah, so that way we can, you know, add more messages on top of the existing messages before. So that's exactly the same way that ChatGPT works. It just, you know, takes all your messages and always sends back all the messages to the model, and the model has to ingest the entire context. So that, actually, I'm curious, like, whether it will take longer and longer over time when you add more messages. Like, will the response be slower and slower? Could be. Who knows? But that's pretty cool already. I think one last thing that I would like to do is actually steal here LangChain's streaming. So let's see how that works. So actually here they use stream and run chain, and they have a callback for the delta, and they send a chat response. Okay. And when the full message is there, they just discard it. All right, so we have our chat response handler. Well, how do they use the callback, actually? Interesting. How do they do callback? Oh, they have a callback function in here. So they pass a callback from live view to the chain, and whenever it receives a response, it actually calls that callback. That's interesting. So yeah, and then the chat response. It's a little tricky now because we use streaming, so we couldn't add it as a Where is it? Chat response. How do they handle it? Here, chat response. Apply delta. Oh, okay. They have the updated chain by applying a delta, and then if this completed the delta and is not a message, create the message. Sign messages. Yeah, I don't think they use streaming here. Oh, interesting. Where is it? Assign messages. Yeah, it's just a message. Like, it's not a stream. Funny, right? That we can't use streaming in live. Well, we could probably use streams in live view. How would we do that? We could just concatenate, and then whenever, yeah, we could concatenate like the messages. So like over the chunks, we just add as a new message, and it's not gonna be like a list of messages. It's just gonna be, you know, like text that is added. And then once the message is complete, we could add a new line or something, you know, like a break. Yeah, maybe let's do that. So first we need to do the callback, and we need to do stream. So in our Claude, we can do, yeah, run. I think it was on run. Verbose. Oh no, in the LLM here. Stream true and receive timeout. Okay. So the model verbose false. Oh, that's also nice. Right? That's how it was, I think. LM stream true. Okay. Right. And then when we add a message and when we summarize, we need to have a callback function. And that callback function is added when we do the run, I think. Yeah. So in here, callback function. Not too bad. And the same here. And also, just for sanity, whenever we can pass in, like, we could also start with a message now, not a summary. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. Like, technically now we could reuse this API to start a conversation without like summarizing an article first, right? Because right now we first handed in the article link, but we don't need that. Anyway, long story short, now it's a bit more generic. Actually, I'm curious. We could also probably do this here, and it's executed every time it's. No, I usually don't do that. I usually don't have functions in my default options. I'm not sure whether it works. Okay. All right. Now we need to have the callback. So whenever we do Claude summarize, and then we want to have our little handle delta function, and what's all right here. So when is a LangChain message delta, LangChain message delta. Oh. Wait, something is happening. Delta. So when it's a message delta, then what should we do? Yeah, we need to have the pit. Wait. What's happening here? Because this is going to be executed in the LLM process, probably not in the live view process. So we need to hand in our hit. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to copy paste this here. in here. So this is just the response callback. And yeah, so this is gonna return our function, our callback function. And because we can query the response here, like we couldn't do that if we would pattern match here against the response, because then we, like that response, that pattern match would already be like this close here. And in there we only receive one parameter. So we can't, you know, add our live view PID here next to it. Yeah, sorry, it's a little complicated, but this way we can actually add our PID to the message, to the callback. You know, it's gonna a close. It's called a closure around our argument here. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so this way we can just you know, call this function is gonna return our our callback, and then we also need to handle the chat response. So whenever we call Claude in here, I'm just gonna add this as a callback. And we also have Claude somewhere else. Add message, yeah. All right, so now this hopefully will set up our streaming, and we need to handle the chat response. So we can do that here. And throw chat response, and that's gonna give us the delta. All right, and what do they do with the delta? Yeah, they update the chain, so that's important. This way. Okay, and then if the updated chain delta is nil, then they add a message. And if it's otherwise, they just return the socket. If this is completed, the delta, and it's not a message, create the message. Oh. What is this delta thing? Delta message from a chat. Delta is a small chunk or piece of a much larger complete message. And here the check against updated chain delta. So it's it has content, a status, incomplete, complete. Marks as the delta. Oh, okay. So if it's, well, yeah. I mean, we could technically check, you know, whether this is the last. Yeah, actually, we should. We should check whether this is the last delta of the response, because then we want to set our loader to okay, like it should stop our working indicator. Okay, so this is interesting. The status complete, and we of course have the content. All right, so this is basically, yeah, we can handle our chat response. Where's our response handler there? So basically this. What is it again? Yeah. So, and the delta. And now, so we add our message. Actually, we can, yeah, that's okay. And now, if the delta has a status of complete, then we also want to add another message. And what should we do? Content, like new line. You know, that way we have a little break. And we also want to set our assign the async result to an async result. Okay, All right. And that way we can do a no reply. Okay. Right, and we need to fix our thing here so it doesn't, it's not a div anymore, it's a span. And it doesn't have a body like this. And also the pros should probably be here. And also just the text. Yeah, let's see how that looks like. Okay. Oh, yeah, we do the readability. Yeah, well, no, that didn't do any streaming. Huh. I'm also gonna... Yeah, we also should update our chain. Probably did this. Do we need to recompile this? When you hear the stream, maybe Anthropic doesn't support streaming. When streaming a very lengthy response, a longer time, or maybe it's not in here. Let's check again. We had stream. Jesus, come on. Close. Stream true. Yeah, but it was part of our open of the model, so it should be here, stream true. Callback function. Let's check our callback function. No, we don't get any callback functions here. Or maybe it's the error was my default function here. I'm just gonna remove this. You know, I didn't really like this notation here. Let me just keep it like this. And let's see whether that actually improves. Wait, do we get our deltas? No deltas. No deltas. Why no deltas? Yeah, but I must say, LangChain is really, really cool. I really, really like it. I mean, it makes it so easy to do these things, right? To keep the state of the chain in like it just returns the latest state of the chain. Yeah, to handle like different, also just the API endpoints here for different models like Google, Bumblebee, Anthropic. What's this one? Chat model. Llama, OpenAI. Text to title. Just cool. It's just cool stuff. A convenience chain for turning a user's prompt text into a summarized title for the anticipated conversation. Ah, that's for the, you know, at the top. That's what ChatGPT does in the side where it summarizes your conversation. Yeah, funny. Lots of cool stuff. Routing chain. You can run a router based on the user's initial prompt to determine what category best matches from the given options. This is something we could probably use for our article link, you know. So we have two routes, and then default route is our fallback selected route. Let's create a marketing blog post about our new prompt, Fuzzy Furries. The prompt route for the blog post. Wait, how does it work? It evaluates. So basically it asks, hey, which of these two routes did the user choose? Ah, interesting. And then you have two different chains and also a name. Really cool stuff. And it returns the chain. Okay. Yeah, cool stuff. Definitely. And data extraction. Defines the LLM chain for performing data extractions from a body or text. We could have used that maybe. Oh, this is the same as instructor EX. That's another library I actually wanted to use. Instructor EX. Yeah, this one is a bit smaller than LangChain, I believe, and it makes it really easy to define a schema and then to ask the LLM to return exactly that schema. So you say here, this is a text, and now give me like the class, whether it's spam or not spam, the reason for why it's spam, and a score, like how spammy a text is or not. So this will be really cool, to check like text messages or emails and to say, well, like this is the email or this is the chat message, let me know whether it's spam or not. But then you want to have always the same return schema. So, this is also really cool. And I think LangChain has something similar, where you also have a schema parameter where you say, well, you have a name, an age, a hair color, a dog name, and a dog breed. And they're all strings or maybe a number. And then you can run the data extraction chain with the model, the parameters, the data schema, and the prompt. And then you actually get exactly the art, like how you say, the fields back that you anticipate. So this makes it really cool to have a structured, to have structured data coming from the LLM and not just like a huge chunk of text. Yeah, really cool stuff. Yeah, I know that Mark Erickson, he kind of works in that space, to add LLM to Elixir applications. And it doesn't surprise me that he works on this so much, because I think this is his day job as well. So really cool stuff. And you even have get tags if you want to translate stuff. All right, but in our situation, we wanted to use streaming. So let's see. Yeah, would be nice to have the client configuration defined somewhere. Exceptions. Yeah. Temperature. New. Cast. Oh, do they use actors? No. Yeah, they have an actor schema. Oh, funny. Makes sense though. Okay, the embedded schema is here. All right. The API key, API version, model, max tokens, stream. Do we call it stream? Or is it here? Stream, true. Why doesn't it work then? Is it our callback? Is it us? Well, this is our response callback. And this should be the function we return. Okay. And we use it when we start our add message and when we have the summarize. So in here we have our callback function and we add it to our chain. But it's not streamed. Run chain. Options. Was it not maybe not on run? LLM chain. And we had our run function. Where's the run? Here, run. It has a callback function. Or is it maybe different in the RC? Ah, that could be, of course, because we're in the RC. Yeah, that's why. Okay. So where do we have our callback function now? Bumblebee. Here, change log. The function change. Migrating should be easy. Where's the callback? Here. You can disregard the updated chain if you don't need it. Callback events work differently now. Previously, a single callback function was executed and the developer needed to pattern match. Callback works differently now. When creating an LLM chat model, we can optionally pass in a map of callbacks where the event name is linked to the function to execute. Okay. But I still... Ah, the equivalent for the new one. Okay, so it's a handler, and the handler is set in the callbacks of the model. Of the chain, okay. On LLM new delta. Right. Okay. But then we need to... Okay, so this is not this anymore. So this is now a callback handler. And this is set in the chat anthropic. Oh, apparently you can also just do this now. Makes sense. No. Okay, that's cool. And the callbacks now has callbacks as a callback handler. And we don't need to do stream true anymore. Well, stream... Why is stream false? Oh, I'm gonna keep it at true. Because funny, I guess that's maybe an issue in like a mistake in the documentation, because if this is false, like the delta will never fire, only the new message. I think that's my assumption. Right. Well, cool. Okay. So yeah, our new handler only needs this part here. So in ChatGPT Live, we have our, yeah, like here, just a map. And yeah, we just do this. And this should be callback handler. Right? On LLM new delta, live you pit. Okay, cool. Let's see whether that changes, breaks, like whether it works. But I still don't get a delta. Maybe I need to refresh. Maybe I just restart the whole thing. Okay, working. Still no delta. Come on. No, no delta. Why? Yeah, here's the handlers, new callbacks handlers. Where's the schema? Endpoint, API key, model, callbacks, array of map, stream default, top key. Okay, are we doing something wrong? LLM, Anthropic, stream. Why is this stream false? That doesn't make sense. And then callbacks. Well, maybe, okay, maybe it makes sense. Let's see. But why? Oh, okay. Also, the apply delta is undefined. Ready to go. Is it because we don't have LLM? Oh, yeah, well, LangChain. We need to alias that one. Okay. All right, let's see. No more warnings. Okay, and what's the other with stream? Yeah, okay. I'm still surprised that the stream is false, but let's see. Yeah, there's no delta. Delta content. Maybe, I don't know, is it an API thing? Maybe we don't have stream access to the but if I use, like, I have another thing here called, oh, where is it? Curlig. And this one also uses Claude, and it has streaming. So I don't know. Maybe because this uses 3.5 Sonnet. Maybe the other model doesn't have streaming, Haiku, but that would surprise me. Because even if I go to Claude and I go to Claude Haiku, and to summarize, it's streaming. So it should be able to stream. So this should be true. I mean, this should just be true. I'm gonna remove this. Gonna remove this. We had callbacks, callback handler, and new chain. Are we adding it properly? Like, I'm gonna ion spec this one. All right. Ah, callbacks is empty. Ah, but the callbacks in the LLM is set. And stream true. Messages, callbacks. I mean, our callback is set and our stream is true. Ah, wait, it's actually receiving deltas. Is it where? I'm confused. I'm very confused right now. Because here's a summary of the article. So yeah, this is, maybe it's just too fast. Maybe we think it's not, but I would be, what? Saga pets implementations. Yeah, this is the entire text. Funny. Okay, so I guess it works. It's just really fast in sending back the deltas. So what would happen if we would delay this one, the chat response? I'm just gonna add a little timer, like 200 milliseconds. And then see what happens here. Because then every message should be a little bit slower. Nah, it also, maybe it's a live view thing. Or is it sending all the things at once? I'm confused. Stream insert messages. It's not proper streaming. It just sends all the deltas at the end when it's done. Do we need to do something else for streaming? Getting started. Maybe there's something in here. Streaming responses. If we want to display the as a returning, we want to stream. Okay, so the stream true setting belongs to the chat API struct that setups our configuration. We also pass in the callbacks with the LLM to fire the on LLM new delta. FN model. Yeah. Chain callbacks. But why do they have... Oh, do we need to add them in both? Maybe we need to add them in both places. And I think we can... I'm also gonna return the delta because then I don't need to do apply delta myself. So this one is gonna do the chain. And this one is just chain. Right? Because I assume this would already have the apply delta applied. Okay. Right, and then here we need to maybe also set it here. Let's see how that looks. No. No, it's just the whole, it returns the whole thing at once. Maybe I ask Mark about this. Oh, yeah, wanted to check this. Oh, okay, actually we are getting message deltas here. But maybe it's the live view thing. Here, look on the left side. Look, we actually receive. But I don't know, it could also be that just the logger is really slow. Because the deltas come in really, really fast. They don't come as, you know, like include, if you enter something here, it's kind of like a... Like he's literally writing the text, but even that is pretty fast. I guess that's just the issue here. It's just too fast. Yeah. All right. Well, I believe it works. I mean, we are getting our summary here. It just because all the deltas come in very fast. Once the response is coming in, it kind of seems like, yeah. But I think, wait, we can also check the network messages because then we can see, where is it? The WebSocket messages. Yeah, response. Huh. Ah, this one. Yeah, no. Okay, it seems to be a live view thing because, yeah, it literally just returns the whole text at once. So we're doing something wrong with live view. Stream insert. Response. But this is the delta, right? Yeah, chat response. Chat response. So here we do the socket and we insert a new message and we update the chain. and the socket, and if the delta is complete, then we also insert this and we reply. Yeah. Handle info. But we have a stream update here for pros. Huh. Reply. Could be that live view is just like not able to send the response while the all the deltas come in, because you know, if all the deltas are queued up, they first have to be processed, and maybe only then live view is able to send like a change to the front end. I don't know, because the responses are coming in pretty fast. Yeah. Anyway, but it still works. Working. Yeah. Always tells me the same dad jokes. It's not very creative. Okay. All right. Well, I guess honestly, this should be fine. Like, you know, I think we're pretty much done here. Just a little padding. Ooh. This. I think we're pretty much done. I'm gonna push this to GitHub. You know, I don't know. Maybe reach out to Mark. Ask him. Maybe he has an idea. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Looking good, eh? Okay. Well, I guess, folks, that's it. Also, the live stream, like, they haven't been that many people today, really. I mean, I haven't streamed in 2-3 weeks. I also haven't streamed to Twitter today, because I stopped being on Twitter. But yeah. Twitch clone, I'll go over. A couple of people on YouTube. That's always nice. Yeah. 3 people watching now. Well, thank you everybody for watching my latest little project here. It was quite fun, actually. I really enjoyed that. So I really enjoyed the readability library for fetching articles from the internet. That's really cool. I also really enjoyed the LangChain library. Like, it got to be honest, maybe I started wrong, you know, but by looking at the code, like, I should have read the getting started part here, which is actually really interesting, and it has a lot of cool ideas. Like, it, you know, just shows you how to do stuff. So that's really useful. And it's also really useful that we have the demo app here. Makes it really easy, you know, to set this whole thing up. So yeah, really cool libraries today. I hope you found it interesting as well. Maybe you will use LangChain in your next application, you know. I can highly recommend it now. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun. The only thing that, you know, I didn't fully understand is like how to, well, we do stream responses and we add them to our live view, but maybe they come in too fast and like we can't actually get that effect. But even if you look at Claude, like, it adds full paragraphs basically one by one. So also that is, it's just really fast in responding to our queries. So I think that's the issue. All right, folks, that has been fun. It has been interesting nevertheless. And I wish you all a very happy weekend, and see you next week.